Hey, did you know that Two Girls Shooting the Shit is on Instagram and Facebook? We'd love to hear your feedback, episode suggestions, or just chat with you about life. So follow, comment, and share.
I get why people say happy holidays. I don't know why people get all
Yeah,
butthurt over that. Like, yeah, it's a lot of holidays right now.
right. Happy,
Like
happy. Let's slow down and
read,
reflect
yeah,
on the
let's not read
year.
too much into what I'm saying. I want you to be happy.
Yeah. Like I'm wishing you well. Like, gosh, get out your feelings. I'm sucking on this cough.
Ew, sucking on coffee. Who's sucking on coffee? Sipping?
Me? I'm sucking on it. Remember you
Hey
used to hate
Mo.
when, hey girl.
I used to
Remember
hate what?
when I used to suck out of a water bottle? You're like, you're supposed to sip out of it. And I'm like,
Oh,
no,
that's how my
that's,
kids drink. They put their whole mouth on it. It's
yeah.
so the water bottle like
Yeah,
taves in.
yeah. It's like an activity, I
All
don't
right.
know.
And that leads to backwash. That's why I'm just
Right?
like that. You don't
You're
be
like,
sucking your
stop, you need to
liquids.
suck it. I like to suck it in. Suck it all in.
Fellas, you hear that? You hear that?
Har, har, har. Ooh, what's up, girl? You shopping today? It's Black Friday.
Black Friday. No. You think I want to go out in that? I
I
don't,
mean,
you know what?
online. Ain't nobody in these streets.
That's what I was about to say. I wonder if people are really out there.
Yes, girl, lining up. And people like to be in there. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, is it just the custom of it? Because when you think about the savings and
It
how much
really isn't
I
that
value
great.
time, I'm like, you go. So I'd rather pay somebody to go stand. Like, I mean, I would not even pay anybody to go stand in that
Have
because,
you ever done Black Friday shopping like when you were
oh
younger or
my
waba?
god, in my 20s, because it was just a thing. Well, as a
Yeah.
kid, sometimes we would go the day after Thanksgiving, and it would be just exciting because I didn't have to buy nothing.
Yeah.
And then,
It's just shopping for you. It's not your
yeah,
money.
for me, yeah, exactly, or for other people. And then when I got older, I went to, I don't even remember. I definitely went to somewhere a few years ago in Detroit
Mhm.
or something. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember. And then
Yeah.
in LA, like in my 20s, I remember I
Yeah.
went to Best Buy, and it was like I'm standing in line and I saved like $20. Like that's not even worth.
Yeah.
My time is more valuable than the $20.
Or my sleep. Like when I was in my,
Yeah.
I think maybe 23, 24, I went with my aunt. I had never done it before because I just don't care. But I went with
Yeah.
my aunt and my mom, and we stood outside of a Macy's at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, okay, this could be something. Let's just go and
Yeah, just
see.
an event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got in there and people were getting crazy, grabbing at things at bins. And I was like, I'm not about that, first of all. But the savings were not, I mean, they hype it up and you're not really saving that much money.
Right? Like, what is
So
that about?
I have no desire. I mean, unless,
Is
and
it,
then I don't know. It just seems
is it
like
the
a lot of
excitement?
nothing.
Right?
Yeah. I know people who like make shirts and go with their moms and their sisters and they get their
Mm.
coffee and they're like, it's Black Friday 2022, whatever. What is it? 2021? Girl.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
But they get excited about it and they make it a thing, which would be the fun part for me, not the actual shopping.
Yeah, kind
Um,
of like that's how I feel about sports. Like, I don't like sports, but if
to
I get tickets
go.
to a game, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get all jazzed up, make it a
Yeah.
day.
It's
Have
about
my
being there.
drinks. Yeah, but
Yeah.
something like this, like for what? You're
Mm. And
saving a
then in a
few
pandemic,
dollars in a pandemic, you're saving a few bucks. You're dealing with obnoxious people willing to trample and kill you. That has happened
that's
before.
insane. I don't go to
Yeah.
those kind of stores. Whatever
I
store
mean,
that
those
is,
are
I'm
the
not trying
regular
to go
stores,
there.
though. It's like Walmarts and stuff.
But
I don't
that's
want to
where
say
the
any
deals
names,
are,
but
though.
yeah.
That's where the deal, those bigger box store type. That's the
Yeah,
deal.
those where the true deals are. So it's just like shop. I believe in shopping locally and just
Me too. I was just about to
supporting
say that.
businesses. Yeah.
Shop small, yeah,
I mean, it's not going
and
to be cheap,
online.
but yeah,
Cyber Monday is my jam. Let me tell you that.
right. I'm glad that a lot of them are just having stuff on sale all year, and I think you can
Yeah.
return stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna look at today and get some stuff, and then
Hey.
just with stuff I haven't gotten in years. So and then on Monday, if things are cheaper, then I can always cancel or
Returning, get
return.
that deal.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I'm also, whenever I see a deal, like I love to save money. Okay, I love
Mhm.
it. Like even if I could pay full price for it, why? If you don't have to, like
Why?
that just don't make any
Yeah.
sense. So anytime I see a deal throughout the year, I'll just buy it. Like I know what
Mhm.
toys my kids like, or I know, whatever, and then I just stockpile it all in my closet.
Yeah.
So usually by this
yeah.
time this year, I'm done. I mean, what
Nice.
else do I have to do?
Exactly.
So it's a lot less stressful. I feel like this time of year is very stressful for people,
Well, not for
unnecessarily
me.
so.
It
Um,
is.
but I think they make it that way, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a thing.
only 20 more days till
Hmm.
of shopping till and they try to put the pressure on you and make you come, separate with your money, like
Yeah.
all that stuff. And it's just I almost had it like I had a realization yesterday. We got a Christmas card and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, it's like the first Christmas card of the season or whatever. And then I got to thinking about it and I was like, why do we do that anymore? Like, it's kind of like a remnant from like back when you do the Christmas letter and people don't see each other for the whole
Yeah,
year
we're
or whatever.
online too. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
do it anymore. I did,
me
and then
too.
I didn't send them out. Like I would, and I took these cute pictures and didn't send them out. So now I just just put
But what
some
are they
online.
for? Why spend the money? Why stress out over it? Oh, I gotta hurry up. Oh, it's the deadline to do this. Like I started thinking like
To keep in touch, like
I
I
can
don't know,
see what you ate for breakfast today
right?
online. I don't need an update on your family. Like I see
Exactly.
everything. So it just seems like another thing that we do without knowing what, like if somebody
Yeah.
out there could tell me why the hell we do this, like why are we doing this?
I don't give. I mean, I don't get gifts, and I don't give gifts. Like
Yeah,
it's not my thing. Anything I'm buying is for myself.
I love that too. I mean, this is the time to do it. Treat yourself, girl. Treat yourself.
Right? Shoot. I ain't got no pots. I got, just
You
stupid
have
stuff.
pots, girl.
No, and
Don't
then,
tell me
I
this.
like to, I like to cook. Shoot.
Don't tell me this. You could be going home from Cali with some pots, okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
so the holidays.
The holidays. What's your favorite part about the holidays?
I think since I've had kids, it's just watching them get excited.
Yeah.
It's just watching them get excited. Like I love the feeling of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, but I do love like just the feeling of the holiday. Like everything's decorated and
Yeah.
there's
It's
just
a warm feeling.
a
Yeah.
spirit to it. Yeah.
It's like a little bit of the BS is gone from everyday life. It gets
Yeah,
darker
and
a
it's
little
just like we're
earlier.
celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, cozy, get some
The
snow, get the
lights.
fireplace or whatever, and put on a cozy sweater, all
And
that
the time,
stuff.
yeah, like the focus is on community and kind of joy and family.
It's supposed
and
to
things.
be, but it also brings out the crazy in people, like the crazy in people.
Yeah.
And that's the
Dang.
part I don't like. Like if you have to go shop, like I'm not going to go to any stores for the rest of the year. Like I will Instacart everything. I will Amazon stuff, whatever. I'm dropping names. I mean, whatever. But I will do all that because I literally people will run into you with their shopping cart.
Yeah,
Like
and
just
people are
complete
oh my
disregard
gosh!
for other people.
Did you see that Karen thing? I was watching.
Which one?
I was watching the Yamanika live yesterday, and they did a video with one of the Karen report or something like that. I forgot what they call it. A woman had gotten
Coughing
a
on
turkey.
people. Oh
No,
Lord,
a woman
turkey.
had gotten
What
a
happened?
turkey, and I guess it was the last turkey. And I don't remember. I think the woman was Asian. I don't know. She was brunette, and this woman comes up to her, grabs the turkey, tries to take the turkey
Oh
from
hell
her.
no.
And the woman gets her turkey back, and then she takes the woman's basket. I'm like, what?
What? Like what?
It ends in the store. Like, you gonna buy your stuff now? Like, she was like, and I got your basket. Nah. And it's like, what the heck?
Okay, I'll go back and refill another basket with my stuff. Go ahead, enjoy that.
Yeah.
I don't have time
Like, I
for these
didn't
petty
get-
folks.
Right, just so petty. It's like, you missed your turn. What's wrong with
Like,
people?
what is that? We're supposed to be celebrating things, right? This time of the year is supposed to be about, community and kindness and giving and all that stuff. And then people out there fighting over a dead bird.
Yeah.
What? Or go to another store or what? I mean, whatever.
Put an order in with the desk. They probably know they're gonna get turkeys again.
That's such a
put a
caring
rain
thing to
check.
do. Let me talk to the manager.
Just get a rain check or whatever. I don't know how they do it these days. Gosh, the people make
I
me
don't
sick.
understand. I don't understand. This goes back to our theme of kindness that we're always talking about. Like, just care about each other.
Mhm.
Stop caring about just me and start caring
Right.
about each other and get it done. Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, and it's like I try not to engage with those kind of people, but sometimes you can't avoid it. And so then it's like, okay, I like freedom. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Right? I like freedom because you know how they do.
Or just have a brain. Like, if that was my situation, if she tried to grab my turkey or whatever, I would probably calmly look at her like, what is going on? Do you need this turkey that bad? Because I will go to the store 2 blocks down and go get me another turkey. Like, it ain't that serious.
Yeah. They make everything so serious, just the pettiest stuff. And my thing is I'm in a store and it's all empty, don't be right up on me. Like, don't get like right up on me in this empty store. Give me a second. If I'm into something where you need, give me 1 second, like I give you 1 second.
Yeah,
don't
I hang
be all
back.
up on me. Like, I can't stand that. Stay up on me. Okay, sorry to get that out.
Then I just take my time. I'd be like, what did I want? What is it? What?
I've been doing that because I noticed I used to rush myself and then forget stuff because I had so much anxiety. And I'm like, F y'all, I get to take up space too.
Yes, you do.
Motherfuck. It
sounded like you were speaking Tagalog for a second. I was like, okay. That's how it be sounding.
That's that 1%. That
1%. Oh my god. But that's part of what you had mentioned before about walking on the sidewalk and moving out of the way. I've seen that in shopping because I don't walk a lot around here. You know, nobody walks in LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, with shopping and stuff, like I'm always the one moving my cart out of the way to go around and navigate through. And that's a weird thing if you look at it as it applies to your life. And then especially around the holidays when it gets even crazier, like it's almost like you shrink into yourself and just kind of try to stay out of everybody's way, like you're the problem or something.
Yes.
That's annoying.
Like I did that the other day. Like the guy in front of me, he didn't mind taking his. He only had like a bag of chips and something. It took him like an hour to put in his bag. And then it's my turn, and I'm like, I can feel like the anxiety, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I get space too. Let me just take my time and put it in. Like, why am I freaking out over people waiting?
And it's not just that. That might just be you thinking about taking up space, but it's also you being considerate. So that's a positive too. I mean, as long as you're taking the time and doing what you need to do and not causing stress on yourself, but that's also just being considerate of other people, which we are lacking a lot.
Right? Just little things, just little things to be considerate about other people. And that's the problem. Everybody is just in that me zone, not thinking about anybody else.
And add the holiday stress on top of that.
Right? And it's like, what's the point of the season? And then they go and they have, going, doing things they don't want to do with family members they don't even like. I'm like, I feel so free from that. Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't do anything I don't want to do,
That is a freedom, not having to do anything you don't want to do. I don't know if we were on a live or maybe I saw this on like a snippet on TV, but there are fewer people or more people choosing not to celebrate with family.
Yeah,
they've got toxic relationships. Yeah, so you don't have to answer, because all kind of stuff comes up at the holidays. Like you got a racist uncle and you got somebody who's homophobic at your table that's like, whatever.
I'd probably be partying with them.
I mean, but it's family. A lot of times you're like, well, Danny's family. Or like I've experienced this every time coming home, no boyfriend. What are you doing? You don't have a boyfriend? Why aren't you
that's
married?
when you get those clapbacks. I love those clapbacks.
Like what? Oh, I want to hear some stuff. Like what?
Oh gosh, they're on. I don't remember any by heart. They're so funny. They're all over Twitter. It'll be like, oh, what? You don't have a boyfriend? Oh yeah, how's your married man? Little clapbacks.
Been dating married men and stuff.
Like the auntie, that auntie, like it's like a joke. And so I was like, okay, that's funny, but I feel like it's a catch-22 because I don't ever get into it. Like I'm not ever like hands down fighting with people. It's more like just people making.
Some people fight at their family stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I've heard stories about people hauling off and slapping each other. I'm like, you at your grandmama's house. What are you doing? Right?
We were joking. That usually happens right after the dancing. Like, all right, everybody's cut off.
Little too much drinking.
Right, but I guess
I could never. I could never imagine hitting somebody or like getting.
I would take myself away from the situation. I wouldn't, I'm the kind of person come late anyway. Come late, leave early, call it a day. I ain't trying to sit there and linger and stuff. When things get weird, I'm not going to sit there and argue.
Yeah.
Usually, I feel like I provide comic relief. So, I find myself joking with people I disagree with, and it's just weird. But I usually just exit the situation. I'm not going to convince you to do anything I don't want to, and you're not going to convince me.
And you don't want to do it anyway. Like, why am I wasting? I'm here for some food, okay?
Right.
And say what's up. I'm alive. Thank you. See you next year. Like, I
mean, looking back, everybody's deceased mostly for the most part. But gosh, looking back, it's like I went through all of this for some mac and cheese. Like, it was more awkwardness than anything because it was fine. I was just socially awkward. Like, it wasn't anything like because everybody generally agreed politically. And so it's more laughing and talking, just my social anxiety. Like, okay.
I wonder, okay, and I'm questioning a lot. Over the course of this year. I mean, we're coming towards the end of the year, so I'm doing a lot of reflecting, but I feel like I've started questioning a lot of things. And it's weird to me that we are, not that we're forced, we've been conditioned to do so, but that we have to come together for these special days, I'm saying in quotes, with all of our family, some of whom we haven't spoken to all year since the last holiday or whatever, and have a meal and make small talk that turns into bad talk or whatever it turns into. Why can't we choose to be with our chosen family, our friends, our whoever?
You can. That's what I choose.
I mean, you can, but I feel like because that's kind of like an underlying theme on social media now that we are immersed in social media, is all the funky conversations that happen at the table, or all the, now I got to go see my Trump supporter uncle or something, all that. And it's for laughs on social media, but it's also real life. Like, why do we have to do this? Like, what? I don't know.
You don't, and I think that's the thing. I think people feel obligated because of family, and they feel like, I think we talked about this in one of the podcasts. Maybe it was with Chris, I'm not sure, but it was talking about suffering. Like we wear suffering as a badge of honor, and it's like some people are insufferable. For me, I personally set boundaries. I said, I'm not able to engage with you, because this is unhealthy for my mental health, and I'm the one living my life, and it's no hard feelings. Of course, people are going to take it personally, but it's like the energy's not matching. I can't deal with negative energy. I've been the negative energy, like I'm trying to get out of that. And so I set my boundaries. And so just being able to do that. So I do more friend stuff than anything, or just solo stuff. Because I don't have those connections.
It's weird when you've gone as a child to these functions, and then there's a point where you're an adult, and it's hard to break out of, I'm one of the kids, like when your uncles and your aunts are getting older and you show up and you're like a grown woman, you know what I mean? Like for my family, it's a weird dynamic. It's a weird dynamic because I'm still one of the kids, it's a big family, right? And so it's my mom and all her brothers and sisters. There's like 9 of them. And then they all have like 2 or 3 kids each, so it's just a big thing. And it's weird because I still, even now at 40, I go and I feel like I'm one of the kids, in their presence. Or just like I'm not grown when I'm around them.
That's interesting because I feel like for the most part, the adult, like the aunt and uncle level people became like not colleague, but like a peer. So we can laugh and talk, and it's not like, ooh, is it very formal in your culture?
No, not at all. I mean, there's certain formalities where you call people, how I guess like in India, everybody that's older is an uncle or an auntie, right? Or in like, I don't know, we've got names. Like if you have an older sister in Tagalog, she's ate something. You have there's a respect title given to people who are older.
That's what I was saying. So you're not allowed to mix with them. Like, I don't know.
No,
like,
we mix and we talk, but it's just like, I don't know. I still feel like a child. It's a me thing. I still feel like a child,
And that could be the whole, like we said, coming into yourself kind of thing, and that confidence.
Yeah. But it also feels nice to go somewhere where I am a child, where I'm not responsible for. I can sit. Or people checking in on me, like, oh, did you get enough to eat? Like, who does that regularly? If not for older people,
I feel like that must be immature because people always be doing that. Just like
really,
regular people.
Maybe you're just surrounded by good people checking in on you.
No, I think I must look like. I mean, I don't look like a kid at all, but I must give out some kind of energy because even like in the store, like the people will be like, "Oh yeah, baby," and I'm like, "Okay, like what?" Okay. Like, am I like I can't?
You're like, oh, they're either doing that or sir,
right? I can't help myself. Either way, I look like somebody who can't help themselves. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I like that though. Do you feel
Yeah.
comfortable? Like, do you feel
Oh, I
like
feel comfortable. It's not like, oh, I don't want to go there.
that's
You
good?
know, I love because the age range, like my uncle is 8 years older than me, my youngest
Yeah,
uncle.
that's a
So
homie.
it's not like they're like old or
Hmm.
whatever. So
Do they
there's a
have
lot we
separate
can.
rooms and stuff, or do you all sit
What are you
together?
talking about? No, it
You
doesn't happen
said.
like that. I mean, we all live in the same, or we used to live all in the same area.
Hmm.
So
No,
you
I
would just
meant like
come.
when you go to a house. Like, is it the all the generations together, or like the different generations split up?
You just kind of go where you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's mixed.
We don't do that sit at the table stuff. Like we
Yeah,
were never formal
sit
like
on the
that. The
couch and
food was
stuff.
all laid out. And
Yep.
then if you want to sit and watch a game over here with whoever, you can do that. You want to sit at the table, which is what I would normally do with a couple of my uncles and just cut up because they are
Mm.
hilarious. Um,
See, there you
and just
go.
make
You
fun
cut
of
up.
people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they would just talk, crack jokes and talk about ex-boyfriends and girlfriends and what their kids are doing. So I'm getting the gossip while I'm at the table.
Hmm.
That's where I
That's
like to
fun.
be. Yeah. And then you got like, the aunties and stuff in the kitchen talking their stuff.
Right.
So
I never
yeah,
fit in anywhere at those gatherings. Like I always at gatherings when I was a kid, I was always the mini host because all the kids had to
oh,
come to my room, and I hated
and
that
you would
because I
entertain them and stuff.
preferred I preferred to hide out from people in my room. So
Yeah, you
then,
didn't want anybody up in your space.
right. So as I got older and fewer kids started coming by, I want to be more adult. Like so, then I'm like the only kid, then I just go close the door, like
Hmm.
not engaging with people. I'm generally not engaged. I mean, not much has changed.
You're like,
And
just tell
then
me when the food is ready.
right, and then like as an adult, it's coming to going to places early and then waiting 5 hours for the food with people I
Get
don't
play. Do
really
you
know
like to
that.
get places early?
No,
No, I
no,
am. Like I need to be.
yeah.
Even if I don't go inside, I want to know I'm there. Like
Oh,
I'm
okay.
weird like that. Like I need
Hey,
to.
good for you.
My husband like to be leaving. Like, oh, okay, we can get there in 5 minutes. I'm not trying to rush down the road, sweat out my hair,
Is it like a
stressing.
set? Like, because with these, it's not a set start. Like, it's not like you're sitting at a table, so you come in and make a plate whenever.
Hmm.
But the thing is, a lot of times they'll tell you a start time, and then they just started cooking or something, or not even near cooking. So you're not eating till 10 at night and stuff like that. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, so this is awkward. I'm sitting around these people. So then I started coming late to stuff. And I remember one time I brought green bean casserole. Oh, the shade. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was young. And they were
Yuck.
like, oh, what is this? And I love it too. I should have made, ooh, I gotta make some. I'm gonna make me some.
We didn't have any this year. My mom always makes it.
I
I even
like
got
it.
like the fried onions and all that stuff. I
Hmm.
got, yeah, and we didn't make it.
I mean, that stuff is good. But yeah, nobody ate it, and I happily took that home.
Dang.
But I feel like don't eat it because that's more for me. If you don't like it, don't eat it. Like don't pretend.
But
Don't give
like,
a
if
courtesy.
nobody ate it, how do they know they don't like it? That's the stuff I don't
That's the
like. Did you
thing,
taste this? Did you taste
because
just a little bit?
they're set in their ways, and like
Right. I hate that.
yeah.
I
So
love
that's what we were talking
food.
about. Yeah, I love food. As far as a vegan, like I'm vegan now, but I love people who are open to trying different foods because you can still be
Yeah.
vegan and try so many different foods and stuff. I
Hmm.
like so many different foods from across the world. Like
I don't understand that. I don't understand the idea of, ooh, that looks funny. I'm not gonna eat it. Like, why?
it's not appealing, I guess.
How are you picky?
That's why we
Like
have
that's
marketing.
that's such a weird thing to me. I don't even
Mhm.
want to taste that. Ooh, that looks funny.
Right, I'll at least taste something because sometimes I can
Yeah.
understand it because food, like it's for safety and health and stuff, it's supposed to look as appealing, I guess, for us to eat it. But sometimes it doesn't, and I know sometimes I'll make something that'll look like crap. And I'm like, ooh, that's
Ooh, and
good.
it tastes good,
That
right?
hits, right? It might not look good. I might
And
still
that's
throw
all
that
that
up on
matters to
IG,
me.
right?
And
I'm
I,
like, here, y'all
and
need
I
to
don't
see
want to
this.
know
Taste
what's
so
in
good.
it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have any restrictions. So I'm like,
yeah.
don't tell me what's in it. Let me try it first. Because
Uh-huh.
if you tell me something, I will be like,
Bias. Yeah.
I don't know, yeah. So,
People are like that. Like I was telling my friend, I tried this vegan cheese restaurant recipe, and I'll send it to you too. I don't know if your kids like pizza, but it's
duh, kids and pizza, really? I don't
I
know
don't
if
know
they
y'all
like
bougie.
pizza.
I mean, y'all up Bay Area. I, mean, I thought it was crunchy granola up
We're not that. That's why we need to get out of here. We don't really fit in
there.
anywhere up here.
And then they start picking that up and be like, ooh, no. But yeah, it's a easy recipe and it's so good. It tastes like the
For
closest
cheese?
I've had to cheese. Yeah, and it's
Mm.
stretchy. It's so good.
What? Texture is hard
Yes,
to get.
yeah. And I said that would be something fun to try with kids because they're the pizza connoisseurs.
Mm-hmm.
and they
My
would like
kids
it,
love
but
to make their own pizzas too.
right. But some kids will be like, if you tell them it's not cheese, even though they don't really appreciate
No,
that
I
it
don't tell
comes,
my
all
kids
the
any.
stuff.
I make up stuff half the time.
Yeah,
They're
and they eat it. Yeah, I've seen so many like I'll watch these things just to see, like, just because I'm curious, like
hmm
how to feed kids and stuff vegan. And people talk about all the little tricks they do, but it's so funny how when you get something in your head, like, of course, if you told me meat was in something, I'm not going to eat it because that's against my
Yeah,
beliefs.
yeah.
But other than that, I'm going to taste it. Like I always say, let me at least taste it, and then can go from there.
I think you're right about the marketing. Now I'm thinking about it. I used to make these things for my kids called Popeye muffins,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a way for me to sneak vegetables into a muffin. And my kids
Mm-hmm.
love a muffin, so
Yeah.
they were green, right? And so they thought, "Ooh, green
Aw.
muffins!" And it was just literally a whole bag of spinach ground up in there and made a banana muffin and threw some spinach in it because spinach is
Oh, that's
sweet, you
hilarious.
know.
Yeah.
And so they had
Oh, I didn't know that.
Popeye
Spinach is sweet?
muffins. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna bake with it and stuff, it's pretty sweet. Or spinach juice, if you've ever juiced spinach, it's sweet.
Oh, okay.
Eating it is a whole nother thing. I always cook it, so, obviously you're putting garlic and all kind of stuff to
Mm-hmm.
make it taste good when you're cooking it. But if you just juiced it, or threw it in a smoothie, like it complements sweet things. I don't know how to
Yeah.
say it, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like
Yeah.
kale or like some other
Yeah, you
green.
can't really taste, yeah, that it doesn't
Yeah.
overtake the whatever you cook
Yeah.
with it.
So I would sell it to them as, hey, it's a Popeye muffin. It's got lots of vitamins. It'll make you strong, and it's so
Aw.
good. And it was just chock full of spinach.
Aw.
Gotta be
I love it.
sneaky when you got
Right?
toddlers.
Because that's like we, unfortunately, that's how it is. But it's like, I just got to the point where I just started bringing wine. Like, I'll just bring wine and stuff. And
And
that's where I
nobody
am
nobody's
now.
gonna turn that away.
Right?
Okay, come on. Unless you had a bougie place. Bougie people. Oh, what kind of wine is this?
Right? What kind of wine? Shoot, I'll drink it. You want your little wine you brought? Yeah, I'll have my little wine I brought. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll drink right from the bottle too. There was never any drinking at my family stuff. We never really
Oh,
drank.
wow. That's good.
Very rare, there was no wine, no beer.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good. Healthy.
Is it though?
Mm-hmm.
We just
Probably.
overate. Like we ate like overate.
You're like, we ain't got room for nothing else.
Nothing. Well, we really didn't. And I noticed that yesterday because we had just a small like Thanksgiving dinner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still feeling weird about that because I don't even know what we do about that anymore because I have like
Yeah.
weird colonizer, indigenous people issues with what's
Yeah.
going on. Um, but I like the food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't really say what we were thankful for or do any of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. We just had a nice dinner, nice big ass dinner.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
You were saying you like it.
Oh, because we used to eat like Thanksgiving used to be pig out, like
Mm-hmm.
eat all the food, be in pain, pass out on the
It
couch.
still is.
But yet I was not feeling like yesterday. No,
Mm-hmm.
I had my regular. I mean, I had a full plate of food, and then that was about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
wasn't in
wasn't like
pain.
all day eating and stuff. Yeah.
No, and maybe I've trained my body to handle that amount of food, or I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it is, but I didn't feel that ugh, feeling,
Yeah.
So, but I'm ready to get in some leftovers.
Yeah, I already had leftovers.
I can't wait. It's good. The whole
Right?
next day or two.
Yeah. I always, even if I go somewhere, I always make a little something for myself. That way I know I'm not going to get hangry.
Yeah, I like that.
'Cause
So
that's
if you go as a vegan, if you go somewhere, do you for like a something like that? Do you bring a little something in case there's
I
nothing
just
for
eat
you?
beforehand
Eat beforehand.
and then drink on
Yeah.
board. But usually, now, like, everybody makes vegan stuff. Like, I haven't been anywhere where it's like, okay, fend for yourself. Like, people have
Yeah.
more. They know I'm vegan and know what a vegan is.
Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying from like some of our conversations before. Like, if they've invited you and you are coming, they better have food for you to eat,
Yeah.
right? I would think.
Right?
Like I know, like in my family, one of my cousins is allergic to nuts, right?
Mhm.
Not that an allergy and veganism are the same thing, but they are in the sense that you have a special dietary need, restriction, whatever. So we always had like one thing with nuts and one thing without, one thing with, and like you do that for somebody if there's something, a special consideration. So I don't understand how people are out here having celebrations, inviting vegans and not having food for them to eat.
Right? Okay. Make it
That's
make
all I'm
sense.
saying. Shoot.
But I'm one person though. Like, it's like it's hard to cook for one person
Yeah.
because even if you make a little bit of stuff, like,
There's always
it's a
extra.
lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna freeze. I think I'm gonna freeze some stuff.
I
And
don't know how to scale food.
yeah,
That
I
is
got to.
hard.
It was so funny. I was thinking yesterday. I was like, when did I become that lady? Because like when I was done cooking, the kitchen was clean. Like I was cleaning along the way.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, when did I become that lady?
You
Like,
grown. That's what it is. You're
right?
grown. Okay. You're like, look at me. Bitch, you're
Oh,
doing a
it
good
felt. Yeah, I
job.
kind of was like, bitch, you doing a good job. I'm a big kid now.
That's the worst part of holidays is the
Mhm.
cleaning. There's so much cleanup, like the dishes from cooking, all the pots and pans, and then all the if you do like a nice whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like, where are the paper plates at? Because anybody got time
Right?
for that.
I think because I was washing the
See,
dishes and stuff as I went.
paper
Yes, I
plates.
left.
I was
I
like, I'm
had
not playing around this year.
I put my plate in the dishwasher. I washed my pot because I only have one as I went, and then I used the Ninja Foodie, so that helped too with
All the chopping and all the
yeah.
prep work and stuff.
No, to cook.
What's a Ninja Foodie? Like
Uh,
an air fryer?
it's an air fryer, air pressure. I mean pressure cooker, air fryer, one of those all in one. Saute, sear, slow cooker.
What is with the okay? This is another thing because my mom's favorite thing is just to get the hottest new cooking thing. Here's the Instapot or whatever it was called.
Oh
And then we
yeah, I
had the air
skipped that.
fryer. Yeah, we had the air
Yeah, I think
fryer
this is
back in the
all in
day.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
now
where you
we
don't
got
have
one
to.
of those. We got yeah.
Yes, that's life
And then I got a
changing.
rice cooker because of course I gotta have my rice cooker,
Yeah, I
except the
have
rice
one
cooker,
too, but you don't really
but
need it
the
with that.
no, you don't. And then the rice
Yeah.
cooker makes yogurt and oatmeal. It's so they're
Hmm.
all in ones.
Yeah.
And then I got a old fashioned crock pot, but it's
Hmm.
just like,
You
I
don't need
mean,
that anymore either.
why do I have all these things? But I like a crock pot.
If you want to cook multiple things, like I had a crock pot too, and then
I got too many things.
when my crock pot went away and broke, it cracked. I just started using the Ninja Foodie,
Ooh,
and
I
it
hate when
has
a crock pot breaks.
and I'm like, I'm one person. It's not like when am I ever using two crock pots or two slow cooking two things?
Mm.
So yeah, it is so convenient. You can things that would usually take hours to cook. I mean, I still slow cook my greens just because that's just the
Mm.
way I like them. So I cook those all day, but you can slow cook
On the
them
stove or
on
in
the
your
Ninja Foodie.
foodie? Oh, okay.
Yeah, slow on the slow cooker. And
Mm.
yeah, that's a lifesaver, but it helps keep the kitchen clean. And it's like, yeah, look, it's all nice and
I
clean.
can't see, girl. I can't see. Oh gosh.
I can't, that's what I'm saying. I was so shocked. Like, how did I do this? Like,
Of all the rooms, that's the room to keep clean, though. Like keep your kitchen clean, the sink clean, everything's sanitary.
I think it's organizing because I had it set up. I had the cutting board and I chopped. I had a bag set up for waste, for like the food waste.
I love
And I
that. You
was
just
just,
scrape it in and you're done with it. You don't have to
yeah,
keep walking back and forth to the
right.
trash.
It's something about that psychologically that
Mm-hmm.
allowed me to just keep everything clean. And it's like,
Got a system.
I think I'm getting like out of depression, maybe. I don't know. Cause I had this thing like, you got to clean it clean, you know, you got
Yeah.
to,
And then there was follow through. That's the
yeah.
part that gets me is the ideas of what needs to be done. And then I stress out over the weight of it all. And then I don't follow through with anything.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Um,
Like, just cooking throughout the day, taking my time. I wasn't really doing
mhm.
anything,
Did
just
you have
chilling.
music on? Were you just like,
Yeah,
when
you
you
know,
get
had
in
a
a groove?
vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the best. I
Right.
love
It was
that.
the best. Had some good music on, just vibing and just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was nice. And it flew by and like I didn't make a big mess, but as I cooked, I just kept cleaning after myself. It wasn't anything like dramatic. I wasn't making a big mess.
But that's a good tip. I mean, we're talking about surviving the holidays. That's a good tip
Hmm.
because I've seen some people just wreck their kitchen
Hmm.
and then have to deal with it after at some point. And that's soul crushing. Like you can't,
Yeah,
especially if
that's
you drunk,
overwhelming.
like you can't
Yeah.
or just wait till the next day. I hate waking up to a nasty kitchen. Like I cannot wake
Mm-mm.
up to
That
a
that used to be me. That's why I'm
I
like
can't do it. That messes your whole day up.
111.
So so that's a good tip though, is clean while you get the music on, get in a vibe and just
Hmm.
get, prep, wash, do this, then wash,
Yeah.
like and just put away.
But I do have some clothes laundry I need to fold.
That's a whole nother
That's
situation.
that's a light. That's I don't think I'm ever going to resolve that. Somebody said just pay somebody to come in and fold your clothes. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
How do you feel about hanging clothes?
I hang my clothes.
All your clothes? Or do you fold some?
No,
Like do
I
you have
fold some and hang some. Yeah, I don't hang t-shirts.
yeah, I do that with my daughter. All of her stuff is hung except for underwear and socks.
Oh wow.
and pajamas because it's something she can do. And then the drawers just get nasty. Like I have no way of keeping drawers organized. My drawers are a mess.
Have you tried the filing system?
Yes.
Or the rolling system?
It doesn't last. Like I can
gotten the
reset it and it
dividers?
looks nice. And then it's just, in the middle of a rushed morning, I change shirts. Oh no, I don't like that one. Just throw it back over here real quick. Like it's never, and that happens. And then it just turns into putting the clean clothes on top of the thrown in clothes. It's just
see, that's what's I can keep it. I keep it up because I like, that's the only way it'll fit. But that's why I can't quickly fold stuff. Cause it's like, I got to be in the mood to sit there and fold the stuff I just washed.
And do the system.
And so then it's like you said, like, it's just a mess in another location. Like I need to put it in.
That's why hanging stuff, I feel like hanging is just easier. So for her, all of her stuff is hung. For the boys, everything is folded because they share a room and it's limited space. And then for me, it's just I have stuff everywhere. My husband gets so irritated with me. Everywhere
on a ceiling fan. Like,
no, we ain't got no ceiling fan. It ain't that kind of party. But just you take something off and you throw it on a chair. I take my bra off and catapult it across the room and I'm done with that.
There was this poem I need to read. I forgot who it was by. It was called, you probably remember from school. It was called A Proper Place or something like that. Let me see if I can look it up. But anyway, I was thinking I'm trying to be more intentional about stuff because otherwise I just get overwhelmed to the point of I can't do anything. Like I'm almost paralyzed.
Yeah. When did we get, I feel like we haven't always been like this. There used to be a time where stuff would be overwhelming and be like, I gotta do it. And then you just drink some coffee and do it.
Right. Yeah. Like
now it's like
gut put, like, I'm like, is it just that is it depression? Is it like, I just don't care? Like, cause it used to be
I just not care?
Yeah. Cause it used to be something that was like okay, gotta get it done. Like a motivation.
Yeah.
My Sundays. Did you do that? I don't know. I know I used to do it on my Sundays. I would go to Trader Joe's, Target, like go to the shops.
That was your super Sunday. Yeah. And get everything done. Yeah.
Get everything done. And then at night I would have my wine and watch Queer Eye and stuff, those were my Sundays, Sunday fun days.
Well, that was a schedule. I feel, and I think a lot of it for me has been pandemic related. Like I don't have
the internet
anymore.
Yeah. We don't need to do
but I don't have a schedule. And then I don't work. I'm at home. So that really messed up. Sometimes I don't know what day of the week it is. Like I'm just waking up. It's wash, rinse, repeat. Like this is just my life, So so a Sunday doesn't mean anything to me versus like a Tuesday because it's all which sucks. But that a schedule and a routine and habits and patterns. Like I miss that. I wonder if that's like a something disordered, or is that just normal to need that?
I think it's just normal to need that. We need some kind of order. Our bodies are set in order, like everything has order.
So the holidays.
Do you get your dog gifts for the holidays?
Yes.
Oh.
He'll get like a bully stick or like a pizzle or like a big something chewy bone thing.
Yeah.
A new bed or like different, depends on what he needs. He always gets treats, like new treats and stuff.
I didn't even get a tree. I don't know. If I do, it's going to be a fake tree.
I've been doing fake trees ever since I started having kids. I don't do real trees.
I never picked it up because I just don't trust myself with the big trees. I'm like, that just sounds like a lot of cleanup.
And it is a lot. You get needles everywhere. You got to water it.
Yeah, and the watering, I'm like, I'm
right.
killing
It
other
could
things.
fall over. I mean, you have cats. That's kind of dangerous.
And that's dangerous. Yeah. So, don't want to deal with that. But I'm like, the plastic ones, I guess they have their own problems. I'm like, I may just use.
And some of them are really cute. You don't have to worry. They come pre-lit.
Pre-lit,
yeah. That takes one nightmare out of it.
Yeah, but I definitely want to decorate for Christmas. So
I love it. I'm supposed to do that today. I can't get in the mood.
Right, it's like you got to get into the mood. Something clicks.
I got to put some music on.
Clicking. Yeah, it's that music. Got to get that. It's got to be the right music too.
Get some kind of peppermint mocha or some kind of hot chocolate.
Yeah, because this coffee ain't hitting. I think because it has decaf in it too.
Coffee's not doing it for me anymore these days.
Espresso does it for me. Like when I go to the store, like to get coffee to the cafe, I'm lit. That day is great. But
it's the real coffee.
It's the real coffee because I'll be in the bathroom. Yeah. But when I make it at home, it's not the same.
Yeah, something about the coffee at home is not hitting right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just me being like, go to the coffee shop. I don't know.
I need to spend time. I said I was going to start doing that maybe once or twice a week, just spending a couple hours or however long you can with
Yeah.
COVID.
Bring a book or bring a laptop.
Yeah, bring a podcast project, just go and
Yes.
do something and just get out of the house, because once for my holiday survival is staying away from people. But then it's like, then when I get out, it's
For
fun.
physical reasons or for mental reasons or all of the above?
All of the above, just not being annoyed by people. And so I get so comfortable at home, but then you got to go out and do stuff. And it's like, once I'm out, I'm like, ooh, this is great. I went to the Christmas market and they had,
you get the energy.
Yeah,
there's
energy,
a recharge you get. Yeah.
But it's like, you got to build yourself up for that. And so it's like trying to find a balance of spending time to myself and also getting out there and seeing the world, because it is beautiful this time of year with all the decorations and the tree lightings and everything. So taking advantage of that. And I was even thinking of, I don't think I'm going to do it this year, just because I don't really know anyone and people are weird, hence why I don't like to be around them. But I was thinking about like doing little carols. Can you imagine if I just walked in front of people's houses by myself singing carols?
They'd be like calling the cops.
Right?
Crazy lady.
Shut up!
I wonder if you could find a couple people who maybe are looking for the same. Maybe like,
maybe I'll put a little ad up or something.
Yeah. Bring some and they'd be like,
wassailing
COVID, this time of COVID, get off my doorstep.
Right, it's COVID, ain't nobody in the house, y'all, come on.
And at least you can sing though, because some people be caroling and it's like, you don't need to sing. I know your kids are cute, the kids are cute, but no. I do like the idea. I used to laugh when I would see people posted up at like Starbucks or like different coffee shops and stuff, like, are you really doing anything important? Like, what are you doing, with your laptop, looking all pensive and stuff.
I met someone who met her partner there.
You could be, who knows,
So were you saying?
Oh no, I'm thinking about, I found a spot when I lived in Long Beach called the Library. Do you remember that? You came and visited once.
I remember you were gassed up about one place. You were always talking about it. Was it the
library? It's called the Library.
Oh, okay.
And it's just this dark coffee shop. It's like the walls were painted like black or something. It was dark inside, and they had like velvet, like old timey chairs, and it was a whole vibe.
Oh, I like that
books
vibe.
Everywhere. Yeah. And so, and they
that
had
like a cute. That would have been a cute bar.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bar. It's just a coffee shop.
I said that would have been a cute bar.
Oh. Well, that would be a fun bar. I feel like I went somewhere in DC like that. That was a bar, but it was just a good vibe with like mismatched furniture and old, vintage looking stuff and books, old books that you could actually buy or like borrow, because it was called the Library. Free Wi-Fi. Cute. Yeah, and you could just sit there. I'm sure you came with me once, because when you got walked in on the shower, that's where I was at, the library.
I feel like we went to the kettle, the diner thing, and I left.
The pot handle. The pot holder. Pot holder, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember why we were split up or if you just let me in, but yeah, I left. We split up at some point. Hence that incident. Oh God. See, can never feel safe. It ain't safe in these streets.
It ain't safe in your own house. Your own bathroom. Lord. The hell.
Right?
What if he tried to get in the shower with you? I would have died.
I would have died. He probably would have been dead. He would have died, actually. He
would have been like, what?
He'd have been like, whoa, okay, definitely not. I just saw some brown skin. I really need to get it together. But that was a gaslight, and they knew damn well.
What a mess.
Well, see, that's a good thing, though. Just think of the awkward holidays we've avoided. And so I feel like, in a way, that's a blessing, because I don't really have any suggestions for people who have to deal with that. If you're not strong enough or able to assert any kind of boundaries when it comes to
one thing we didn't touch on. We didn't touch on, like, when you have a significant other, having to go to their home or meet their family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have to. They don't have a choice.
That's awkward as hell and very stress, anxiety inducing. And it's almost like you're not comfortable.
And that's why I'm like, why is that? Like, I don't date, so I don't know. But I feel like if I ever do, the reason why I don't date, because I'm not here for that stuff.
You're not trying to fake
I want it to be just like when I go to people's houses and we feel like it's just natural. We're not faking. It's just a vibe, like nothing different. It's just a day to celebrate, but the dynamic is still the same. If I have to fake it, like that's I think it's because I think we talked about this on another episode, but it's like, because these are things that I desire in a partner, like a strong family and things like that. What I describe as a strong family is ability to communicate and things like that. And so, like, I want to be able to go somewhere where I feel like home, be like, hey, mom, hey, dad,
Yeah.
hey, cuz, like, we're all
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. So it's just like,
But it's never like that the first time, right?
I don't know. I'll let you know
Well,
when
I'm
I
just
find
telling you,
out.
it's because you put on your best, you're going to be polite and you're going to smile. That's just home training. You don't show up at
Yeah,
somebody's house and be
I'm
like,
polite and smart.
hey,
I mean, but I'm like, I'm communicating with a bunch of strangers in events all the time. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I'm seeking their affection. It's like more like I'm being me and see if you like me, and if you don't, that's on you.
right. But it's a big piece of that relationship though. Because if the family, if you can't show that you fit in there, not that you have
And
to
it's
do
not,
something fake to
yeah,
show, but if you
yeah.
don't fit in there,
Then
that
that's,
means something
yeah.
for
If you don't
for
fit in, then that's just like, that's when you get to the point where it's like, okay, is this something worth fighting for? Is this something worth, like, and then that's the
yeah.
cost benefit analysis of all of
It's
that.
still awkward.
But I don't want that, because I just really want a vibe. I just have it in my head, like a vibe, just a family, the kids playing, like, just a vibe, people
Yeah.
happy. Like, I ain't trying to live in no misery. I done lived in enough misery. Shoot. But
But then there's
I do.
also the thought that that's not who you're with. I mean, you're with your person, your partner. So
Yeah.
if it's a once in a year, you got to deal with whatever, then that's what
Yeah.
that is.
Well, you know me, I be reading stuff into stuff too much. I'm like, ooh, okay. So this is this pattern. Okay, what pattern is gonna be
Ah,
repeated?
look at you, gotta bust out your notebook.
Generational curse. Okay.
Taking some mental notes.
Right? I do need to learn a filter, but I do like to try to work stuff out. Like, okay, what is the disconnect here?
Work stuff out or bring stuff up.
Huh?
Are you trying to work stuff out or are you trying to bring stuff up?
No, not bring stuff up, but just like in the moment. Say somebody made a snide comment.
Yeah, I have a hard time with that.
And
We
I
always talk
asked
about
them to
that.
clarify, because I'm like, I really struggle with double speak. Like, I don't know when people are making a joke, even though I'm sarcastic. Like, I know sarcasm, but even though I make a lot of jokes, like, I can't tell when people are making jokes sometimes, or if they're being serious, or what they're trying to say when they say something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just ask for clarification. So it's not being petty. It's like, I really want to understand where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
but sometimes that can come off as combative.
Aggressive.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, so what did you mean?
Yeah,
What did you mean exactly by that?
hey,
You
I
know?
didn't really understand. Would you say, like, huh? I didn't really understand that. Can you rephrase it?
or why did you say that?
Yeah, and then
I
they kind
just
of feel uncomfortable
take to
because
drinking.
yeah. Oh, that definitely, that's a must.
But then
It's
it
like,
gets
then they feel
worse.
uncomfortable if they were trying to shade, because then it's like, oh, I gotta get defense mode because I'm trying to shade. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, from just casual parties and stuff, like around strangers. And I'd love to do it. Don't come at me with that double speak, baby.
I wish you were closer.
Right? I'm literal. So that's how I would know. If I went to somebody's Thanksgiving and I felt comfortable, I'd be like, marry me. Marry me.
This is it. It's a fit.
But yo, the Midwest, man, they're a whole different. I mean, you go in there, they be like having pies and cakes for you ready, like little mini bags to take home.
Hospitality.
I'm like,
Hospitality, caring about
damn.
each other. I love that.
I'm like, that's why I said everything is on a micro level, because my interactions with people from these kind of red states and stuff has been nice.
But I agree, but I also feel like people aren't just going to come up to your face and be like, you nasty. You know,
Right?
like no one does, even
But
if they
sitting
hold
there
that
eating
feeling.
cakes and
They
stuff.
know better. They know better. Right?
Like, y'all put some poison in this cake, like
It's that the help. It's that doo-doo pie.
right? Like,
Gosh,
ew,
that's so
Goody
nasty.
Brown.
Ooh.
Like catering to you. Oh, you need another drink. You need this. Oh, here, this. Like I'm like, hey, I'm here for that. See, yeah, like I'm like, somebody's mom needs to baby me, and they'll be like, hey, wait, you're getting babied by my mom.
Just take you in. Yeah, take you in. I'm family. Take me in as
Yeah.
fam. Yeah.
That's a requirement, and I just don't want to pass on generational curses of conflict and stuff. And so it's a must, especially because I don't have my mom either. Like, I ain't gonna, like, the one I do have is gonna be some jerk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you.
So what do we have? We have, okay, how about just in general, the holidays? So we've got Hanukkah coming up. We have Kwanzaa. We have Christmas. We just had Diwali. Diwali.
Yeah.
A lot of people celebrate different stuff. What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating anything this season? Anything that you celebrate in particular, or
Nah, I celebrate Christmas. I mean, I'm not Christian, but we grew up around this time.
like the commercial, like yeah, the
Yeah, the
Hallmark
winter.
Christmas or whatever?
I'm
Yeah.
celebrating winter solstice, I guess. Like
Hey,
everybody else.
when's
Like
that? The
January.
20.
The
When is
21st,
it?
I think.
20. What are you gonna do with for winter solstice? What do you do to celebrate? I
That's what
feel
I'm
like I
saying.
need to
Like,
get into
I
that.
don't do like I don't like. There's nothing to do. Like I
I
just
know, but
like.
is there something like I'm really like trying to learn more about this, but I feel like there's like charging your crystals, cleaning your crystals, things like that, like
Oh
that
yeah,
type of
I'm
stuff
doing
that
all that
ties
stuff.
into the
I
more
have crystals though,
spiritual.
but I have crystals because I like them. You know, like
Yeah.
because I like the look of them. But yeah, I think for the spiritual, I don't know. Like I don't know. People probably were considered witches for celebrating that at some point.
Well, you and I are going to be celebrating together.
Don't jinx it.
How are we jinxing it?
I'll tell you. Kwanzaa. Like I'm just seeing Kwanzaa. Is there a Muslim holiday in December?
No. When's Ramadan?
I feel like that's not on the same day. Yeah, because
It's
see,
like
it's
a month.
May. It's the end
Ramadan?
of it. Yeah, that says May. There's
Oh,
something.
because that coincides with Easter or something. I feel like there's something. There was a major holiday that I celebrate that coincides with
Yeah, they had their last day in
Ramadan.
October. Yeah,
But it's just a time for celebrating. I mean, I get why people say happy holidays. I don't know why people get all
yeah.
butthurt over that. Like, yeah, it's a lot of holidays right now.
Right.
You know,
Happy,
like
happy. Let's not like let's slow down and
read.
reflect
Yeah,
on
let's
the
not read
year.
too much
Yeah.
into what I'm saying. I want you to be happy.
Yeah, like I'm wishing you well. Like, gosh, get out your feelings. Man, I can't say shit, stuff, anything to people these days.
Yeah, but I think that's silly. It's an attack on Christmas. No, it's inclusive of everybody else, not just
Isn't that the
Christians.
problem with inclusivity? Like with people who are against inclusion because they feel like anything
They're
that's
losing
recognizing
something.
something else is taking something
Yeah.
from them. And it's,
Pie.
speaking
It's
of,
not pie,
I gotta
folks.
make a
It's not
pie
pie.
today. Did you make a pie? You said
I
cheesecake?
bought pie.
Oh yeah.
And then I
Like
made
if I
a
took that to the
keto
family
pie
thing,
for Sean.
they always will say store bought pie. Like they're like, you brought that store bought pie. Like you know what I mean?
But
But
I've heard
surely,
people say, oh, this is a homemade pie. And all they did was get the pre-made dough and filling
mm-hmm.
in the can. I'm like, that
And
ain't
that's not
homemade. Just
homemade.
because you put
Yeah.
it together and put it in the oven. I love to bake. So I get like offended when people are like, oh, I made a homemade pie.
Right,
And
and
you
you didn't
didn't.
do anything. You just put some
You
stuff in the
assembled.
can. You assembled exactly. Like homemade is making everything. Like I'm gonna make some apple crisp. That's easy.
Ooh, that sounds
Because my
good.
friend was
Like
like, get 8
oats
apples. And
and
she was gonna make a pie, and I couldn't find pie crust. So I'm like, I shouldn't have got the apples until I found the pie crust. But
I miss baking. I love to bake. Did you Yes, you were. You were there for my daughter's second birthday party in Santa Clara. And it was supposed to be like a harvest theme. And I made little mini pumpkin pie bites and little mini, like they were like this size, apple pies
oh,
and chili. And we had all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I
oh,
think,
that's adorable. Anything else about the holidays?
no.
Happy holidays. What do you celebrate? Is there a Filipino holiday in this time, or is it
I mean, we
Christmas?
celebrate Christmas,
Mm.
but there's like Filipino traditions, obviously, and
Like
foods
what?
and
What's an example? Like,
Noche Buena. So like after midnight mass,
mm-hmm.
you have a meal and there's like certain traditional
Damn.
foods and stuff. I know this time of year, bibinka is like a popular thing. It's like this, everything is like a rice dish, but it's like steamed in banana leaves and it's like a sweet rice
I
bread
love bananas.
type thing. But there's cheese on top and like a hard-boiled egg usually.
Mm.
Filipinos be sticking a hard-boiled egg and all kind of random stuff.
Right?
I don't understand
Y'all
why,
gotta check out Nick's
but it's
Vegan. I know you
good.
said you already got people making food, but if you ever want to
Check
try
out what?
plant-based, Nick's Vegan. It's in San Francisco, and it's I hope they're still around. They're Filipino vegan food, and it's so good.
Mhm.
I was like, yes, this is hitting. I get to
I
try
love
stuff.
I
And they
love
figured out how
that.
to do the egg and stuff.
Yeah, no, Filipino, that's my comfort food. I mean, that's when people say, oh, what's your comfort food? It's that any Filipino food,
Yeah, that's what you grew up
any,
on. That
you
makes
know,
sense.
yeah, it makes me feel like,
Home. Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
why I make my soul food. Like it makes me feel like home. We had you can open one gift on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, and sometimes I would go to midnight mass, but Other than that, yeah, we were really just open a gift on Christmas Eve, and just the festivities started really on Christmas Eve, and
Mm-hmm.
not sleeping, sometimes sleeping, and waking
You
up
waking
early.
up and opening all your presents before everybody else got up.
Waking up early, taking videos and pictures and stuff,
I'm trying to
and then being
create
bored the rest
things.
of the day.
I know, right? Playing with your toys and be tired, like
Right? Like I don't want to watch football.
yeah, or parades or any other thing.
Crazy.
I want to create memorable things for my kids. So we have pajamas that we wear every year. They get pajamas, like we all have our matching whatevers.
Oh,
Um, and I get up really early on Christmas and I make cinnamon rolls, like not out the can. Like I'm rolling dough
from
and I'm doing
scratch.
all the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so we always have cinnamon rolls on Christmas. And I thought the reason I did that, one, I love cinnamon rolls. Like I can't help myself. So I was like, if it's my house and my kids, we're gonna eat what I want to eat.
yes, I
Um,
love that.
but also, if they're ever away from home and can't be with me, that's an easy thing to replicate. Go get a can of cinnamon
Mm,
rolls and you've got Christmas and mom with you.
mm.
That's how I viewed it. So we do that every morning on Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that. We used to
cinnamon
do it too.
rolls.
We would order cinnamon rolls from the grocery store, and it was so good. They were shaped like a Christmas tree and had frosting on them.
Oh, and you could like pull apart or what, like a pull apart
Yeah,
kind of thing?
and they had the
Oh,
green and the red, and I need to replicate that because that was one of those
see, I
things where
love
I missed.
that. I love that
Yeah.
you can remember that. Like that takes
See,
you back to your
yeah.
child. That's beautiful. That's what I'm hoping my kids get. Not just
Well,
with Christmas. I'm trying
I'm
to
approving.
put that all throughout, the year.
Throughout
But
life and just little customs, yeah, little.
yeah,
I don't know, I was like petting my cat or something, and I was like, "You doing a good job" or something. It's like this is a damn cat, like and it's like
gassing your cat up,
some of that stuff is just natural part of like nurturing
reinforce.
and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
nurturing and caring. Yeah.
and well, not a cat, but a human would remember that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Little customs and like just things that
just
have
special
them.
moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
moments. They do feel good, and they comfort you.
And I think that the holidays is when we start to really remember and reminisce about all those types of things.
That's me all the time.
Let's see. Yeah, but I feel like there's a nostalgia and a warmth, like a, you know,
It's
holiday
nice.
warmth.
The only thing about the holidays, I don't want to be doing nothing, because it's just so nice. It's just so pleasant, except for when it starts snowing.
Pleasant.
That's the only thing I hate about the East Coast is the snow.
I miss the snow. As long as I don't have to
Yeah,
be in it, it's
yeah.
really
See, I
pretty if
got
you
to
can look
be
at it from
shoveling and
inside.
stuff. Nah.
Yeah, but yeah, the shoveling and the scraping the ice
Oh
off the
yeah, you had to deal
windshield.
with that too. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Driving in the snow. Oh, that was not fun.
I just like. I feel like everything slows down, so it is good for like your productivity. Probably going to slow down a bit, but also people are trying to get those last minute things wrapped up for the end of the year. So sometimes it can get overly stressful, and it's like, what's a year? You're gonna close up and come back up the next year, like
With the same
unless
resolutions
it's
you didn't fall through
right.
with. That's
Besides,
what
like
we're
stuff,
doing.
besides stuff beyond our control, we need to go back and listen to that. We really do. I think we said we were gonna do that.
We should keep
Yeah,
ourselves account. It could be
I
an
know I didn't do
accountability
nothing.
post.
I already know I didn't do nothing. I said I was gonna
I
do
don't even
something.
remember what I said I was gonna do. See, that's the thing. Yeah, we need to
I
listen
don't
to it
remember, but I know I didn't do nothing. So
and record our responses. We should probably do
yeah,
that.
yeah, let's do it. All right, Boo Bear. Well,
Okie dokie.
I think that's it. Love you, and I will
Love you
look at
too.
the